Hello everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 cast by me, Aesthetic. This is going to be another Protoss versus Protoss. It's going to be the third game of the series, the best of three, so a winner of this game takes the series. It's from Dreamhack Winter, and in the top right hand side we have the red Protoss player. From Team Mouz, it is MouzMaNa. And then in the bottom left we have the blue Protoss player on this occasion. Ignore his name, it is actually QuanticSaSe. This is 1-1 in the series at the minute. If you haven't seen those other games, I suggest you go back and have a look, see what happened in those games before I kind of spoil it a little bit here. But yeah, it's been a great series so far. Mana did in fact take that first game. Both of the guys went with robo play, and we saw SaSe put a lot of early pressure on, take down Mana's Nexus, but Mana managed to counter-attack some lovely Warp Prism and Immortal Micro, win him that game from where he looked so far behind. The second game was on, the first game was on Ohana. That second game was on Cloud Kingdom, which is well known as a good map for Blink Stalker play, and we did see that. We saw that from both the guys. Both looking very dangerous with Blink Stalker play, but SaSe did manage to win out. He managed to crush Mana's push and managed to go straight out to the other side of the map and cause a lot of damage, taking out Mana, which puts him in this 1-0 position. SaSe did scout out for proxies here, as did Mana on his way to his opponent's base. SaSe decided not to scout his opponent. He didn't scout his opponent last game either, so looking like a concerted choice from SaSe, but he did decide to rather have his probe mining minerals. They've both got that early gas, which we tend to see, and SaSe is getting his second, as has Mana, so they're both going to be teching up. I do love, I'm just going to say it, we've seen Robo, we've seen Big Stalkers. I do love Stargate, especially on this map, especially with all the space we have around the outside of the main. I really love to see Phoenixes, especially in Protoss versus Protoss. So they've both gone Robo, then they both went Blink. I'd love it if at least one of them went for the third, kind of more standard option in this matchup, which is Stargate play. The Phoenix is one of my favourite units. Even as a Terran player, I love the Phoenix. It is such a cool unit, and there's so many cool things you can do with it. So I'm definitely hoping for that. I'm not going to lie. I just love the Phoenix. Again, both of them with an early second gate. This is what we've seen both games so far from both of them. Yeah, very, very standard. No units from Mana yet, really, though. The Stalker's just got out, which is both skipping his out again, like last game. And an early Robo from Mana. Looks like he's going to be going for the Immortals, I would have thought. So that's going to be good against this. Seems to be a Stalker-heavy play from SaSe. Mana's just taking his Watchtower so he can see anything that's coming. And there's the Robo from SaSe. So he's also going for the Robo, so it's kind of very similar to the first game. I think Mana got his Robo up earlier that game as well. But SaSe really did put on a lot of pressure once they decided to both expand. Very, very even on supply. Mana just fractionally ahead. I do like these two Stalkers at this tower, especially with that steam and that line of sight blocker. They can do some damage, and he's going to push out again with these two Stalkers, this Sentry and this other Stalker who's coming from this side. They're going to push out again. He's going to push out with his Nexus going down, so this looks similar to the first game, except he's really just trying to make sure he can get up his expansion safely. He's putting on some pressure to force Mana to defend, not letting him attack. SaSe does lose that probe, and he is kind of a little bit outnumbered here, especially with Mana's first Immortal on the way out. So he can't really be doing too much here. This Observer from Mana is going over to scout out SaSe's base, so he will spot that Nexus eventually. SaSe's Observer does the same and finds Mana's, and it looks like he's just about to discover this Nexus. The mortals coming out from both players, again very standard. Oh, does MouzMaNa see that necklace? He does, just before this Stalker chases off this observer. So yeah, that's a good spot for MouzMaNa. He's going to force SaSe back. A Robo Bay coming up from SaSe, which is a big move early on in this game. MouzMaNa's Nexus is very nearly up as well, but with a very early Robo Bay from SaSe, he could have some pretty early Colossus, which really do a lot of damage. MouzMaNa's doing the same. These guys just kind of mirroring each other's builds, just timing slightly differently. But yeah, they are very, very similar builds. We will have to see who can actually execute them better. We only see the 2 gates from SaSe, whereas we have 3 from MouzMaNa. Well, a third on the way from MouzMaNa. So he may be looking to be a bit more aggressive. I'd be interested to see. But with SaSe already having that Robo Bay out, already got his first Colossus in production, might be looking for extended thermal lance soon, although he might just go for this one Colossus push that we see sometimes. We do sometimes see that in Protoss versus Protoss. It can be quite strong. Here's SaSe just scouting out, checking that there's nothing coming, putting down a proxy pylon. Looks like he may be wanting to push early. And we see Gravitic Drive, that's Warp Prism speed up from MouzMaNa. A very different approach to the one that SaSe is doing. Actually, they looked very similar. They had the same buildings, but SaSe is going for his early Colossus. He's going for his extended thermal lance. Whereas, wow, MouzMaNa's going for his Warp Prism and Gravitic Drive, so he's going for speed Warp Prism play. He's going to be looking to a Mortal Drop, which is not something we've seen too often. It is done sometimes, but it's not the massively standard play. And now he's going for his Colossus, so I think he's 1 behind in the Colossus count so far. Yeah, he's a Colossus behind, and he's going to be a little bit later on that thermal lance when and if he decides to get it. But this Immortal Drop could really do some damage. SaSe's army just looking to poke out now. Maybe not, looks like it's going to hold back. And it's going to be in a decent enough position to deal with this Warp Prism drop. These Immortals taking out some probes, 3 kills each, 3 kills between them, and then MouzMaNa decides to leave, or not. We'll see if he can do some damage, which he's not really eliminating. The Warp Prism has to leave. But MouzMaNa is ahead on workers, and he has been for a little while now. So that worker lead is a good thing for him. He has a little bit of a head in supply. Their armor supplies are very similar, and we do see a Stargate go down from SaSe. I would be very interested to what this is going to be for. This could just be for Phoenixes to start patrolling. It could be for Void Rays, maybe. I don't really know. Carry is another thing, but I can't imagine that coming out too soon either. We do see a second Robo going down for MouzMaNa, so he is looking for double Colossus production. He is going all out on the Colossus, so I'd love to see some Phoenixes from SaSe here. Yeah, Phoenixes it is going to be. Phoenixes can be a very good counter to Colossus, especially if the store count's low. Yeah, MouzMaNa not really doing too much damage with this Immortal Drop. He's just being more annoying than anything. And we do see that they've both getting their ground weapons level 1. Twilight Council is on the way up for SaSe, so he can get his second set of upgrades. It also means he can look for Blink or Zealot Charge, although he hasn't got that many gateway units in a minute. The Colossus count is 3 to 3, so in a minute that's slightly... oh, there we go, just gone 4 to 3. So that's slightly later Robo, not being too influential for MouzMaNa, but with these double Robo coming now, he's going to really kick on with the advantage, the Colossus advantage. He's got an empty Warp Prism knocking over here, and these Phoenix are going to catch it. Good thing there weren't any Immortals in that one, I'll tell you that, because that would be a big loss to just a few Phoenix. And the Zealot legs coming into SaSe. So yeah, this is a very interesting game. MouzMaNa has got the supply lead. He does have, oh wow, he's got nine fewer workers. So he really is pushing this 2-base timing. He really does want to see some damage done here with a much bigger army supply than SaSe, and he's going to go and push this third base that's only just going up for SaSe, or he might indeed just push the these Stalkers taking a lot of damage from those Colossi. Not a great engagement there for MouzMaNa. But yeah, this is going to be a big engagement. If SaSe can hold this, he's going to be looking pretty good. He is getting his Avoider out. He is getting his Zealot later charge. He is a little bit behind. SaSe is a little bit ahead on upgrades, but not a lot. And he's going to take down, cancel this third base. SaSe doesn't even try and hold it. So yes, it's a very heavy 2-base style from MouzMaNa. Definitely looking to do a lot of damage here. Oh, SaSe's army was a little bit out of position, really taking some extra damage, and MouzMaNa really is taking out supply blocking SaSe, which is quite a big deal right now. You do see a lot of Colossus going down. This Colossus count from MouzMaNa is just huge. There's a really high Colossus count, obliterating those Zealots and those Stalkers, taking out these Immortals as well. This Void Ray could be saviour here for MouzMaNa, but that goes down to the Stalkers. So I mean, thank you for SaSe. But MouzMaNa really just knocking down this front. He has too many units, I really think so. He cut workers early. He got his double robo up. They're level on supply, but just this army size for MouzMaNa is just very. These Colossus really are. There's 7 Colossus at 16 in the game. That is a lot. And with these Stalkers protecting them from Phoenix, I cannot. Oh, a lot of probes go down. This is looking quite one-sided with those supply count now. If this Nexus falls, this is all over. Big warp at the back as well. The Stalkers and Zealots. The 4 Colossus to the 7. Although they have the high ground advantage, although there's a Phoenix doing damage, there's just no way SaSe can hold this. This has been a great series. Quite a few mirror builds. But this double robo started with that warpism. Colossus just taking down SaSe's. We've seen it still doing a good job, but the Stalkers will clear it eventually, I would imagine. SaSe obviously just taking some time to congregate his thoughts, just being the best of 3. That's GG. Well played from SaSe. MouzMaNa takes the win. That was a very, very good best of 3. I enjoyed that a lot on a lot of mirror builds, but that annoying Immortal drop with Speed Warp Prism, and then that double robo just did far too much damage. That cutting work is a bit of an all-in. Just caught SaSe off guard. He had to cancel his third, and he just did not have a big enough army. So MouzMaNa takes the series 2-1. A very good set of games. If you enjoyed, you can subscribe. You can come back and watch more games. There'll be lots of Hearts of the Swarm as well as Wings of Liberty. So it'll be great to see you again. Cheers.